Hello, and welcome to Nothing But Dicta, the podcast where nothing is binding and everyone has an opinion. I'm your host, Nina Burris. My guests today are two 1L students who showcase their creativity in this fall's Fundamentals of Lawyering Video Bio Contest. The members of their respective FL sections voted them the winners of the contest, and they're here now to introduce themselves and get answers to the questions they have after watching each other's videos.
Hi everyone, my name is Carolina Rodriguez-Garcia, and I'm in the Marshall Inn.
Hi guys, my name is Andy, and I'm in the Brandeis Inn.
Andy, I wanted to ask you, I saw in your student bio video that you said that you loved the challenge of problem solving and you related it back to learning magic tricks. So I was wondering, I won't ask you to reveal the magic trick, but what your best magic trick is and what the process of learning it was like.
All the magic trick that I did learn, I actually forgot because they were so complicated and it used a lot of sleight of hand. So it wasn't actually about knowing the trick, but it was actually about being able to do it. So now I'm actually unable to do most of them because my hands are too slow to do them. So I think my best one was the one that I showed in the video because that's the only one I could do confidently.
Okay, that's fair. It was still a good trick.
Yeah, thank you. Carolina, I had one question for you. You were very proud of how good your cafecita was. Do you have any secrets or how do you make them and what makes them the best?
Well, I make it with, we call it a cafetera, which is the stovetop espresso maker. And I think that the trick, or at least what everyone says the trick is the first drop of the coffee that comes out in the stovetop maker is the first one that you start whisking into the sugar, because they say that that's the most concentrated drop of coffee. So then you just put that first drop in and then little by little you keep whisking it, and that's how you get the foam on top. When you have good foam on top, that's what everyone comments on with the cafecito.
Did everyone that tried your coffee agree that it was the best?
I never brought it into class, but that's actually a good idea because we have an 8:20 class.
I think your morning class would really appreciate that. So both of you are nearly halfway through your 1L year, a momentous achievement. I think you've both learned something about the two topics that you touched on in your video, which are forming social bonds at law school and problem solving in your law school lives. I'd like you both to share your top tip for both categories, problem solving and social skills.
I would say for making friends at law school, probably just making yourself available on campus. The way that my schedule is laid out is I have a morning class and then a long space, afternoon classes. And instead of coming home between the classes, I'll stay on campus to work on everything. But then also I'll eat lunch with people, with some of my classmates, and study with them. So I feel just through that, you're able to form relationships with the people you're in class with. And then my best problem solving tip, I would say, is just using all the resources afforded to us. For example, right now I'm working on our final memo and I'm having a really hard time understanding the issue that we've been given. So I've met with my professor, I've met with my dean's fellow, I met with someone from our writing center, and I've kind of worked it. I've also spoken with people in my class, bouncing ideas off each other. So I think just leveraging the resources that GW provides to us can help you with pretty much every problem that you have.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Andy?
For me, as a Brandeis Inn, all my classes are usually late. And I did that because I usually commute, so I don't have much time on campus. So one way I found myself socializing was through organizations, where we had meetings and there was more hangouts and more opportunities where I could meet upperclassmen as well as my fellow 1Ls through these organizations. For the problem solving strategy, I think a lot of people forget to just use common sense, because I think my civil procedure professor taught me don't leave your common sense at the door when you try to solve your problems. And I realized I tended to do that because I try to go deep in my mind to use the most abstract things and just come up with solutions that are mind-blowing, but rather sometimes you just need to use your common sense and realize the problem is not as hard, and just solve it.
Definitely. Thank you both so much for being here today. To our listeners, that's our show. To watch the two winning video bio entries and listen to more conversations with GW Law students, faculty, alumni, and more, you can visit Nothing But Dicta on YouTube and our website, nothingbutdicta.com. Thanks for listening.